Hey, it's Diego with Nimslo Develop. Today I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how to take better Wigglegrams, or the stereoscopic effect, or Miramasa effect if you want to talk about it that way. These are common things that I see in a lot of people who started getting into it, or someone who's never really shot it. Some of the things I see, and really quick ways to step up your game. So, yep, pretty much getting right into it. Okay, so first, just basics, how this works. All that it does is it takes images on the same roll, obviously, but at different angles. So you're going to get it from this point of view, almost straight, and then this point of view. And when you piece them together at one similar point, you're going to get all the different angles like this. This is how the effect works, and so basically these tips are going to help you out with maximizing the layout of these kind of cameras. So the Nishika N8000, the Nimslo 3D, and the Reto 3D. Okay, so step one is get closer to your subject. This one's really common because you see some of the subjects are off. This isn't a landscape camera, this camera here. This one, the Nimslo or the Reto 3D, it is not a landscape camera. Don't try to take pictures of mountains and expect them to move. It's not going to happen. The closer the subject is to the lenses, the better, the more effect you're going to get. So make sure that your subject is nice and close, but not close enough to where it mutes the background, but just enough to give it depth. So it's your subject and then just enough background to where you feel comfortable composing it. The guidelines are your friend on this camera. Okay, so the second tip is a well-lit background. Make sure that your background's nice and well-lit. I don't mean just the image behind you or even the subject in general. I see a lot of images that were taken at night, and that's totally fine, but you have to make sure that, one, you're very close, so there's depth, whether it's arms, you can focus here, and then this will wiggle around, doing like a little effect. But if there's nothing, if it's just a flat background like this, you're gonna get nothing. Maybe a shadow, but even then, a shadow is not as interesting and it doesn't really add depth. So make sure that your images have depth, whether it's something in front, putting your arm out, something, that's you're gonna maximize that look and that sweet effect. Obviously, you can just go into direct sunlight, you can get somebody to juggle, throw something around, make a mess, make sure to clean it up, but just things like that. Okay, so the last one is just being conscious before you take the picture of depth. Whether it's something in front, the subject, and then behind, you're gonna get those 3 layers. So you have, let's say, something here, the subject, and something behind. You're gonna have this moving here, you're gonna be still as the subject or whoever or whatever you're taking a picture of, and then the background will be moving. That complexity really adds to the effect, and you're gonna maximize that look, which is what this whole camera was made for. It was originally made for lenticular prints, and if you were to print out some of those pictures and send them off, you also would be really underwhelmed getting those prints back. So just keep in mind that no flat backgrounds, complexity is key, so something in front, subject, and then something behind. I have seen a lot of people who talk about these cameras and kind of put a bad light on them, and honestly they're all, except for the Nimslo, that's the exception, they all are just plastic cameras. This one's only heavier because it has a metal bar on the bottom. Same with the Reto 3D. They knew that you didn't need a metal bar to make it work, but they kind of skipped out on it. This is the exact same as the Reto. The quality's just about on par, and the Nimslo obviously is a little bit sturdier, and it does have glass lenses, but this and the Reto both have plastic lenses, so keep that in mind, that it's not so much the gear, but how you compose and actually use it. So keep those things in mind. If you don't want to purchase those, or if let's say you're considering it, I do recommend checking out my other YouTube videos, whether it's the Film 3D app, which is a free iOS app that you can try out, get used to that look and maximizing that effect, or there's also the Android app called Wigglegram. I'll put a link in the description for both of those applications. You can check them out. I feel like I talk about them fairly well, giving you kind of how you should prioritize these things. So if you found this video interesting, make sure to give it a like, thumbs up, and check out my channel. Make sure to subscribe. I have tons of videos talking about Wigglegram stuff and Nishika N8000 stuff, how to buy, and just the camera in general. Lots of tips throughout the channel. If you don't know, check out my Instagram, Nimslo Develop, by the same name. I have tons of content that doesn't make it on YouTube, just quick posts that I can talk about, or even stuff on my story. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Keep shooting film. Take care. Peace.